Yeah, you guys can.
Yeah, who's that chick?
Careful, because you're online. Webinar tonight, our whole team.
Okay, cool. We're live. So now, don't swear. We're on the thing.
Doesn't there have like a bleep option?
You can actually do that. It has subtitles as well.
Webinar section.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to plug this into your. Oh wait, because then you can actually see the screen. Ta-da!
I don't need to press anything for them to see it. Can they see it?
Yeah, they should be able to see it.
Okay. Hey guys. How are you guys doing?
And you?
Very good, thanks. Hey webinar people. Okay, cool. So welcome to training, guys. Friday night. Super stoked to be here with all of you. Thank you for being here. I know it's cold, but this will probably make you really excited that you'll be really warm. So I'm going to go over something called the Success Tracker tonight. It's something that I came up with about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's basically just to help you track your meetings, track your appointments, so that you never feel like you're missing out on your people, okay? And it's also to help you that if you come and sit with Dex, myself, or Graydon, we'll be able to see if there's a problem, we'll be able to see how you're speaking to people and all that kind of stuff, okay? So you'll see in the first column, it says booked appointments. It's got number 15 next to it. Webinar people, I hope you can see this. So what this basically is to do, guys, it's all a numbers game. You guys all know that, okay? You speak to 15 people, chances are you get 10 in front of you, blah, 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 blah. I'll go through it all now, okay? So what you want to try and do is you want to do this a week to week, Sunday to Sunday. If you're extremely busy and this is completely part-time, then you want to do it 1st of the month to 30th of the month, okay? But that's for people who are extremely busy and can't even put in an hour a day to do gymnastics, okay? So if you're putting in an hour a day, you can definitely do this in a week. So what you want to do is, now on the first column where it says 15 booked appointments, okay? Can they not see it?
Yeah, it's not on the thing.
That's the word.
Yeah, no, carry on.
Okay, so Booked appointments is not just you speaking to a person about genetics, okay? It's a booked appointment with myself, Dex, Graydon, Justin, or Lyndon, okay? You want to get your people in front of us. Why? Because we have all the information while you're still new. That's basically, okay? So a booked appointment can be a Skype, it can be a coffee meeting, it can be a webinar, it can be a home event, it can be a Super Saturday, okay? You put the person's name and number in that column. This is once you've confirmed with your upline that the appointment is booked, okay? So you want to try and fill in 15 names. Why? People cancel. People don't rock up. People say it's too cold, I'm not getting out of bed, okay? So out of those 15, your aim is to get at least 10 successful appointments, okay? So at least 10 people will show up to your meetings, show up to your home events, or jump on your Skypes, okay? Next to that, you'll see it says samples. I think it just looks a bit funny because it's on a MacBook and it's done in Word. But where it says samples, the reason I put that column there is so that you can tick it and you can say what product you gave to that person if that person was mainly targeted for a product, okay? So for instance, if you're meeting with a 50-year-old woman and you gave her 3 sachets of Instantly Ages, right there, because then you know what to talk to the person about when you call her the next day. You can say, did you use the product? How did you find it, okay? It makes it easier for your upline to see how you're doing with people, okay? Even if you want to put like a B in there for business, so that you know what you spoke to the person about. Because I know that if you speak to a lot of people, you eventually lose track of what you spoke to every person about, and it's a good thing to keep it all tracked, okay? Out of those 10 successful appointments, the aim is to get you 3 to 5 customers, okay? So a customer is someone who either buys a box of Instantly Ageless, buys a serum, buys anything at retail, or they decide they want to buy the whole skin range, but they don't want any part in the business. That is a customer, okay? Just someone who wants to use the product. So you guys know customers are really good to have in your business because they fall in love with the product very quickly and they keep buying every month, okay? So out of those 10 appointments, you want to get 3 to 5 customers. Out of those 3 to 5 customers, one of them will join the business, okay? That's just the numbers game. If you get 2, great, there's more columns for you to fill it in, but the aim is to fill in 1 at least, okay? If you guys are doing this every week, by the end of the month, you should have 4 distributors and at least 12 customers in your business, okay? And it's nice. At the so let's say you do this, let's say you start this Sunday, so you start the 3rd of July, and you go until next week Sunday, okay? What's nice is you can then see who didn't rock up to your meetings, and you can start them again for the next week. Hey, Justin, I know that you weren't able to make the home event because the car broke down or whatever. We're having another one this week. Can I put your name down on the list? Okay, I need to know that you're coming. We need to know numbers. Always have urgency. That's what the success tracker is going to do, okay? So what you want to do is always have this on you. If you're doing a training, if you're seeing your upline, even just for a coffee, have this on you because it's easy for us to see where there may be a problem or where there's not, okay? If you want to fill in 20 names, go for 20 names. That's why I put more columns because I know some people are going to go for more, but I also know that I say 15 and some of you are only going to write 10. Okay, so let's try to stick to the numbers. At the bottom here where it says skills to master, I only put 3 things. It's the invite, launching your newest affiliate, and mastering the success tracker. Okay, if you can get good at just those 3 things, your business will fly. You don't need to get onto stage and be able to present this company. You don't. Okay, all you need to do is put bums in seats. Okay, if you can do that, you're flying. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to master these 3 skills. Launching your newest affiliate, give them a success tracker. Show them how it works. Because if you can get them in their first week to have 3 customers and 1 person do the business, flipping hell. They're already flipping, on a roll. And what's good about this is it's going to make you want to work because you're setting targets for yourself. Nothing feels worse, and I can speak from experience, is making a goal and not hitting it because you know you didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
Nothing will kill you more. Okay? So that's why I wrote goals over here. Write down your goals for that week. I want to complete a success tracker. I want to be able to master the success tracker. I want to do 1 every week for a month. At the end of the month, I want to have 4 completed success trackers. Guys, another thing, keep your success trackers, don't throw them away. Why? You've always got people to go back to. Please, like, actually keep a file of just your success trackers. Don't ever throw them away. So write your goals there. And then in the corner, you'll see a 90-day plan. This is for people who generally want to go fast. It's very easy to do. I know you guys won't understand this right now, but you'll catch on to it very soon, okay? So in month 1, if you're brand new, you want to get to at least executive. Guys, that's 2 people. 2 people and you executive, okay? Month 2, you want to do Jade. And month 3, you want to do Pearl. This is for people who just really want to push it, okay? Don't feel obliged to do that. It's just a basic 90-day plan. And that's pretty much it, I think. Does anyone have any questions? Well, this just made me so excited. I'm like, I don't think we should do anything tonight besides this.
Yeah, I love this thing.
Yeah. So for those of you on the webinar that don't have it, I'm going to upload it onto the Dropbox so you can access it from there. Print it out. Justin has printed out what in 2 colors for some reason, but he's got 2 colors in front of him. If you guys don't like, you don't have to print them out in color. Sorry, someone asked me that the other night. You can have it in black and white, but just have it with you, okay? And yeah, so if anyone on the webinar has any other questions, you guys can text me or have my number. If you don't, find it in the group. Anyone else have any questions? Anything at all? No? Okay, great. Graydon is going to be doing the next part, which is really exciting because he's launched, basically done a new page to help launch your newest affiliate as well. It's just like a game plan, and it will go with the success tracker. So when your new person joins, we're going to have like a little pack for them that you actually want to give them, or email them or whatever. So you guys know Graydon doesn't need an introduction. So Graydon Basel, everyone.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Good.
Lekker. Let me just get my page up here.
I'm losing my book. What's it now?
I was pressing on it though. What am I doing here?
You printed the wrong one.
Shay,
No, it's not. He doesn't want to wear his jacket.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
I think that's fine.
Oh, my heat.
No, just work it.
Okay, awesome. So basically, I've designed this thing, which is basically our fast start sheet now for the business. Okay, and so what the whole aim of this thing to do is to really get people going, like from the word go, basically. Because what happens is a lot of people, they come, they check it out, they're interested, they're like, this is awesome. And then they leave and they're like I actually don't know how I'm going to make it work. I don't really know what to do. And so this is actually like, it's supposed to guide people, but it's also a closing tool at the same time. And so basically what this whole thing is about is giving people direction into where they want to go. And so who's on the webinar, and you guys here as well, is I'd print like 20 of these and just carry them with you, because these are for your guests. I mean, these are more for your guests than for you. Because the biggest thing is with people, I mean, if you think about it, if you've gone to school, primary school, high school, and if you include like, formal education, for about 14 to 16,000 hours of our life, okay? And before those 14 to 16,000 hours of our life, we've been told every single day what to do. And so even though most of us are trying to break out of the rat race or whatever, we're still in that phase where we're like, we have to be told what to do. Okay? Otherwise we don't do anything. And that's most people. Okay, very few people can actually think for themselves and figure stuff out straight away. So this is what this is. And so as soon as someone's interested, because I think what we'll do is after our presentations, these should actually be handed out to everybody who's a guest at the meeting. And the upline or whatever the person who's presenting should take them through this. All of your guests, you should actually be able to take them through this, because what it does, it just gives them some direction. Okay, so basically, as it says, Jeunesse gives you the creative freedom to decide. Oops, you don't know. The creative freedom to decide which business strategies work best for your time, your energy, and your budget. No one's going to leave you out there to sink. So immediately, we've got that line to show you that you are going to be supported. Okay, because the first thing people want to know is, are they going to be supported in this thing? Okay, now I recommend that you put your name here or your upline's name. Obviously, a person knows you already. So where it says get in touch, Okay, this is going to be like my number or Dex's number or Justin's number or whoever. Okay, so let's say I get involved. Okay, so I'm the upline. Justin's new and he brings Kanya. Now Justin's going to put my name on this thing. He always wants to give the person who's above him. Because obviously Kanye already has Justin's number.
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't fucking be here. Okay? So what this is for is basically just give some guidance, because if Justin's not available, let's say, because this thing is designed for part-time, like Justin's at work or something like that, Kanye needs some help. He's got me to help him, okay? And so this thing here on the right, this Live Like the Rich and Famous, is actually just to get like some triggers going for people. Travel to exotic destinations, buy a new car or home, own your own business, be debt free. Have more time to spend with your family, save money on travel. Work from home, help other people earn income, have extra money to complete that to-do list, and secure financial freedom, earn bonuses. Okay, because the truth is, a lot of people are actually quite happy with their jobs and what they do, but the problem is the job just doesn't pay them enough. So this business model doesn't mean we're anti-jobs. Okay? It doesn't mean, the problem with a lot of young people is they get so excited and they go like, F jobs, not doing those anymore, woo, network marketing. But the truth is, network marketing is designed initially for people to work, 8 to 10 hours a week. Okay? So it says there, step 1, order product, sign a package. Genesis carefully assembled product packages. So you want to help people start up. So that's 3, 5, 8 grand, 25. You got to find out wherever they are. Okay? Step 2, become an executive. So immediately what this does is it gives people direction. Now let's say, what's an executive? So I say, well, you got to get 2 people. So I say, cool. Now here, more money, less problems. That song was wrong, more money, more problems. But more money, less problems. How much money would you like to make a month, part-time, full-time? So the most important thing about this is because people, when they're joining the business side of it, they're not joining because they're going, oh wow, I love skincare and that's how I'm doing this business. Okay, because I've probably met one person out of like 2,000 who are like, I'm doing this because I just love skincare. Okay, people are emotional, so they're buying this for an emotional reason. When you start saying stuff like this, how much would you like to make a month? Now let's start thinking about what's possible. Because the average person, when they come into this business, only wants to make an extra 5 to 10 grand a month, $500 to $1,000 on top of what their salary is and stuff like that. Because when you're making an extra 5 or 10 grand a month, it makes sitting in traffic much easier to bear with. Because I don't really need this job, but I'm so happy that I've got something coming in on the side. And so you want to get people to dream, okay? This is important because this section here gets commitment, okay? How many hours are you willing to put in to reach your goals, okay? So this is how many hours per week. I recommend minimum 8 to 10 hours a week, okay? Some people can only make 4 or 5, that's fine. But to me, if you come to 1 meeting, 1 training per week, okay, that's 2 hours. So you can actually make quite a lot of money doing that. But this other 8 to 10 hours is, inviting people to come to more training and doing your own research. Okay, basically building your own business. But 8 to 10 hours a week is 168 hours in a week. Okay, even if you slept for 8 hours a day, you work for 40 hours a week. Okay, commuting, showering, I think it still has something like 37 spare hours a week to do something. Okay, so people will come to you with, I don't have the time. Okay, like in my opinion, it's never a time thing; it's a motivation thing. Because if you're in a shitty situation that you can't get out of, you're gonna make time to get out of it. Okay, so over here you'll see these blocks. This thing always edits my thing, but basically what these 10 blocks are, this is to help people think. Okay, so it says, do you know someone who needs to make more money? Who, if you were making an all-star team, who would be your best 5 to 10 people? So if you got involved, you see, you already started thinking as soon as I said that. You're like looking down and thinking, okay? But if you think about it, when someone comes involved, they're like, shit, I don't know who to talk to about this. It's okay, who will be your 5 to 10 best people? Okay? Because here's the beauty without sounding rude. So let's say Justin comes to the meeting, he looks at it, and he goes, cool, I've got these 10 names. So he puts it in, and it's like, I'm amped. But then he goes over and talks to his parents about it. His parents are like, it's dumb, it's stupid, it's never going to work, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, please. Now, I've seen the list, so I've got myself an extra 10 people to speak to. So I can literally never ever run out of people. Because he knows 10 people that I don't know, he knows 10, he knows 10, you know 10, you know 10, you know 10, you know 10. but I don't know. So I can speak to 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, of you guys who don't get involved, and I technically lose 8 people, but you give me 10 people each, I get 18 new ones.
To win-win.
So you can't run out of people. Like the biggest sort of mental block people have is, oh, I'm scared I'm going to run out of people. It's impossible. Country's growing at a positive growth rate. Okay, for every 2 people dying, 4 people are being born. Okay, so that's really, really cool because it gets people thinking about what they can do. So when someone's new and they look at this and I say, Justin, okay, like who would be your first 5 or 10 people who you'd want on your team? If you're making an all-star team, who would it be? And he says so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. Now, like it says on the tracker sheet, if you can master the invite, you solve. So as I put here in capital letters, do not approach a living soul until you have spoken to an upline on how to invite someone to a meeting. Okay? And the reason I say that is because we go out there and we say too much or we don't know what to say, and then it gets ruined. Now, what's cool is now they've got their 5 to 10 people. So Justin's sitting with me and Justin's saying, okay, cool. Well, Dex is in real estate and he's always looking for new ways to make money. Yeah, this is my auntie, she loves skincare. This is so-and-so, they love this. This is so-and-so, they want to do this. So what I'll do is I will help Justin construct 5 or 6, invites for these people. Okay, so I put a couple here. So the most important thing about the invite is to be excited because people buy your enthusiasm. Okay, I'm pretty sure with you being like a promoter and stuff like that, basically that's what you do. You've got to be excited about your artist. You can't be like, yeah, Justin, you got to come listen to my artist. Like, I think he's going to be bigger than Black Coffee. Justin be like, definitely not. Okay, so people buy your enthusiasm. And that's why at the end of the meeting, before the meeting, during the meeting, you've got to be excited and you've got to be like, this is it.
Yeah.
Okay, because the biggest reason why a lot of people don't make money in these things is because they sit there and they're like, yeah, I'm so excited. Like they act like they're over it. Some people would rather like look cool and be broke than look like an idiot and be rich. Okay, and so that's the biggest problem. People they sit there and they're too cool for school, so that's why they don't make any money out of this thing. But what this is to give you direction. So I put a couple of invites here just to give people an idea. So, hey man, I just started a new project. I'm thinking about bringing you in on it. Are you free on Monday or Wednesday at 7 o'clock? Put 4 stars, please note. Okay, cool. This is the response. Great. I want you to meet my business partner. He, she is absolutely killing it. He, she is young, intelligent. He, she, earns more money than most people double our age. This guy, girl is absolutely killing it. Okay. Now, the reason we do this is called edification. You should put like capital letters next, like NB, because people want to meet successful people. Like, think about it. I mean, when you guys got here, if you didn't know that I was successful, you'd have just looked at me like just some random dude. Where as soon as you've been told I'm successful, that I do well, you kind of look at me differently. Okay? It's like the same thing. We're going to use the music thing for a while. But if I call Justin and Justin's a musician and I'm like, hey, Justin, bro, you got to meet this artist friend of mine, Justin's going to be like, okay, cool. But I phone like, Justin, bro, you got to meet this artist friend of mine. His name's Drake. Justin will be like, damn, I'm fucking there. Okay? Like, the big thing is you've got to edify. You've got to make the person look really, really big. Because it's not for my ego. It's actually to help you close more deals. Because here's the thing. People are really strange. If you tell them to look for certain qualities in people, they'll look for certain qualities in people. So with you guys in the webinar, the same thing applies to you. Like, the people who you're working with, you've got to edify them. It doesn't mean you've got to exaggerate and lie about how much money they make, okay? But you've got to speak about their good qualities. This guy's great at speaking. He's really about helping people. He's, going to be the next success. He's going to take the company from $1 billion to $2 billion. Because all of us are actually doing that. You buying one product is contributing to the $2 billion. So you got to get smart with your words. Like me, you guys edify me, Dex, Shay, Justin, okay, is important for you. Not for them, but for you. Because like what Justin does so well especially is he invites people to meetings, he speaks to them, they're interested. And then what he does is he gets them on a call with me. And when these people on the phone with me, they're like shivering because they're so excited to talk to me. Okay? Like he does a really, really good job. So if you need any tips about that, ask Justin, okay? So what I also put here was, people are going to ask you, you know, it's like, hey man, are you free on Monday or Wednesday? What this does is just clears the schedule. Yeah? Because you'll go, yes. Why? Then I put it. Then I just say, I think I found something that can really help us get ahead in life. This is a new concept. I can't explain. Oh, it cancel it out. I can't explain over the phone. That's what it's supposed to say. Okay? So there we go. There's another one. If people ask you what it is, don't say too much. You never want to explain. You know, it's your job just to get them there. It's your upline's job to do the explaining. So Justin's here to get, for example, you guys here, then I do the explaining. And then Justin goes home and gets a paycheck. Okay? That's how it works. And so we basically feed off each other. We help each other build the business. Because a lot of people, you get very few people who can just go out there by themselves and just hammer it like, you know, straight. I mean, I've met like 2 people, 3 people, and I've worked with thousands of people in this thing. You can really just go out there and do it alone. Okay? So it's important because there's a really good saying that goes, you know, together we can go far, but by yourself you can go fast. Like, I'd rather go far than fast, to be honest. So that's basically what this is about. It's very, very simple. And I dig it because it gives people direction now. Now they know, okay, cool, here's my first 10 people that I can speak to. Because even if, for example, they come in, they get 5 or 6 people to the 1 week's meeting, and the next week they quit, you've got 5 or 6 new people to work with. Okay? So it's really, really exciting. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about really is, let me just stop sharing the screen. You know, the last thing that I really want to talk about is, that'll be weird if you look at me talking over there and over here as well. Let's do this. It's weird, this light's so dark when it comes to this thing. But let me get my phone, I'll write some notes. The big thing about now is we're in the first month of the year, you know. And so what's important, the first month of business, the first day of the new month. That's what I'm trying to say. And so what's important to know, like, we've done really, really well in this last month. We increased our sign-ups by 400%, okay, which is freaking awesome. Now, if we do that again and again, if we just do that twice, you know, our team will basically be up in the thousands within a couple of months. Okay, probably 3 or 4 months, we'll have over 1,000 people in this area. And so what's important is you guys have got to get really, really strong when it comes to building a business. Okay, now even if it's part-time, full-time, doesn't really matter, but you've got to get strong at this. And so what you really have to drill into your mind about Jeunesse is that we're in the right place at the right time. That's how you make a lot of money. I mean, think about it. I think about like Mark Zuckerberg. You think about all the guys who've really made it big. They were just in the right place at the right time with the right people. And that's where you guys are now. It's like Robert Kiyosaki made millions and millions and millions of dollars, the guy who Rich Dad Poor Dad, because he had that Velcro wallet. You know, the one where you, normally the nerds have them, and you open it like, and like makes that noise. Like, that's what he made his money in.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he made his money in. Okay, like Velcro wallets. What? Yeah. How did he do it? Right place, right time. Mark Zuckerberg, he just designed this program. Most people said it was done, never going to work. Right place, right time, Facebook. Okay, everything's about right place, right time. Okay, and so the reason you've got to speak to as many people as you can all the time is because it's like popcorn. You never know which person is going to pop first. You never know who's really going to make it and who's not. But you'd rather, you don't make popcorn and put one kernel in and then wait for it and then you put the next one in. Okay, because you don't know how long it's going to take. Obviously, when you put it like, it only takes a couple of minutes, but now a couple of minutes in our time is like a few months. Okay, and so we're in the right place at the right time. Now, the next thing is where you want to go this month. And so what I've learned, I did this really, really good, amazing course a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago actually, is you can't build your future from the past. Okay, so just because last month I signed up 6 people, you go, okay, well, I've only signed up 6, and I spoke to 100, now I've only got 500 people to speak to, and I have to slow down or whatever. Okay, if you're building from the past, you're going to bring the past into here, into where we are now, and it's not constructive. Okay, building from the past doesn't work. You want to think about what you can create. Okay, where can we go? Because the most important thing about this business is not to be emotionally driven. It's about being vision driven. That's about where we want to go. The problem with being an emotional leader is that you're up and down and up and down and up and down. And when your emotions are in control of you, your business doesn't work out very well. Okay? That's why up, down, up, down, up, down. That's why you'll see some managers who are like very vision driven. Okay? They don't really care about what's happening around them. Their companies will always do better than the ones who are emotionally driven. The emotionally driven, 1 minute, 1 month they're doing $1 million a month, the next month they're doing 200,000. The month after that they're doing 500,000, and the month after that they're doing 200,000. The month after that, but with a vision driven, it doesn't matter what your situation is or what your circumstances are. All that matters is where you go. Because the problem with us is, as humans, we look at our present results and we try and build from there. Can't do that, okay? And it's the biggest problem with most people in the world. Like I look at, the way governments build, the way companies build, they're always looking at the past instead of creating something better in the future. Because think about it, if you're in a race and you want to win the race and you keep on looking in your rearview mirror, who's going to pass you? Think about it, if you ever did running at school, you're like running and you're gunning it, and out the corner of your eye you see this guy starts coming like this, and you're like shit, and you start focusing on this guy, and you just watch this guy pass you. Because you're looking back. You're trying to build from here. Looking backwards doesn't make you run faster. Okay? So the most important thing is, going forwards, please shoot your dog.
It's not going to stop.
I know you won't stop.
I'll let him in.
But the big thing is, you've got to build the vision. So this month, what is it that you want to create? How many people do you want in your business? How many new people do you want in your business? Okay, I know where I'm going. You don't have to share your goal with anybody. If you want to be held accountable, I recommend you do. Okay, but how many new people do you want in your business? How much money do you want to make this month? Okay, what rank do you want to be? Okay, and what's going to happen is you're going to face some adversity, and the adversity actually is yourself, because negative thoughts come up. I get negative thoughts too. Okay, I see myself as quite a positive person, but everybody gets negative from time to time. But the most important thing is remember the vision. Remember where you're going, because you're going to come and people are going to be rude, and people are going to be mean, and they're going to say these things don't work, and this is dumb, and this is stupid, and you're never going to go anywhere in your life. Now, the problem with doing that is you become, like what you resist, because you listen to everybody else. And so, there's a great story about, this is actually a true story. They interviewed these two guys, and their father had just been killed in the electric chair for murder, okay? And their father was abusive. They beat them up, and they interviewed the two sons. They basically followed them over the last, 10, 15 years. And the one son that they went to was a drunk. He was an alcoholic. He lived with the government. He abused his wife, abused his kids, like he was going nowhere. And they asked him, why are you like this? And they said, oh, because with a father like that, how could I be anything different? With a father like that, look, that's just how it's supposed to be. And, they went to the other guy, and this guy was an extremely loving man, a really good person. He had built like a multi-million-dollar firm. He lived in a really good neighborhood. He had lots of money. He had 3 really happy, beautiful kids. And they said to him, how can you like this? And they said, and he basically said the same way. He's like, well, with a father like that, you've got to be better. You've got to do something better. And so it's crazy. There's so many people in the same situations, but the big difference is how they view the situation. You can either become a victim of it, or you can create something positive from it. And so too many of us live in the past. We live in what happened back then. We think about where we were back then, and instead of going, where do I want to be in a few months' time? Because the truth is that we all, if you believe in God or energy or spirit, we're all created from a creator. And as it says in the Bible, for example, you created in the image, in his image or her image or whatever your thing says, okay? But the big thing is, if you were created in that image, that means some of that power is inside you. And so another thing that I love from the Bible, it says God can only do for you what he can do through you. And so the biggest problem in the world is that so many people believe in God, but they don't believe in themselves. And if you don't believe in yourself, it's pointless. It's kind of like, here's a Ferrari, but you don't have the keys. So you've got this unbelievable vehicle, you've got this unbelievable way of going forward, but if you don't know how to drive, it's never going to work out for you. And so for me, that's what I realized I have to change, okay, is being able to put the positive message through there. Because if you look at us, if you look at how we are, everything in our life is basically just because of what we think of. It's the sum total of your thoughts. And so if you think about it, imagine that we're just like a projector screen. We're like the film or something like that. Okay? And it's like this God energy is coming through us. And if we put in negativity, like a negative screen out there, all we're going to create out there is negativity. Okay? But if we put positivity out there, eventually those things are going to come to us. And so the most important thing is don't stress yourself out about the business. Be relaxed when you build a business. Okay? Be yourself, be normal. Don't stress out. And the reason I say that is because when you stress, you push stuff away from you. You don't let it come to you. And you'll see, try. If you push really, really hard, you're going to come to a situation where you talk to all these people, nobody's getting involved, and you're like, why is no one getting involved? And you're getting angry, and you're like, I'm talking to so many people, and great incentive, if I talk to 20 people, 3 are going to join, I've spoken to 50, no one's fucking joined, what the hell's going on? Because you're pushing it away from you. And as soon as you're relaxed about it, it's weird. People add you on Facebook, they ask, what are you doing now? They come into you, they literally jump into your bucket. It's like you're going fishing, you don't even need a rod. You just sit there in the ocean and they just whoop, and you're like, hey, here it is. And so it's important to be calm because people pick up on your desperation. If you're desperate, they're like, I don't want to follow this person. I don't want to listen to this guy. It's a bit weird for me. Okay? So just be normal, be yourself. Okay? And keep the vision. Because if your goal is to have 100 grand a month, you've already got to pretend like you're making 100 grand a month. Because I promise you, if I was like, if I told you, if everyone just stood up, even you guys in the webinar, everyone just stand up, okay? Now I say to you, okay, cool, you're making, how would you stand if you're making 5 grand a month? Okay, how would you stand if you're making 3 grand a month? Okay. Yeah, right? Okay, now I said, okay, cool. Now you're making 100 grand a month. How would you stand? Now, don't you think it's weird because you all know how to stand, but you've never made 100 grand before? That means it's already inside you that you know how to be there. And so you've got to stand. So when you get to the meetings, when you walk every single day, when you're sitting in your car, you got to say to yourself, how would I feel if I was making 100 grand a month? And you carry that posture with you wherever you go. Because when you stand, people notice that stuff. The smallest things. You can always tell who has no money. Always. Because of the way they walk, because of the way they carry themselves. You can tell who's successful and who is not. Don't listen to what they say. Don't look at the clothes they wear. Look at how they carry themselves. Okay? And so you guys, when it goes forward, you've got to carry yourself well. And it works. I'll tell you why. You go out and you're making money, and you go to nightclubs, you see how people look at you differently. People automatically have more respect for you. When you stand up in front of the room, people automatically have more respect for you. If your friends haven't seen you in a while and you're walking around like you're making 100 grand a month, they're going to look at you like you're making 100 grand a month. They're going to go, my friend's doing something, I want to get involved in this. And so you've got to keep that posture for as long as possible. Okay. Eventually it's going to become a habit and you'll always walk around like that. And so the point about walking around that posture is to have a vision. It's about, because when you're emotional, you're like, oh, my goal is to make 100 grand a month by the end of the year, and then this month you only make 5 grand, and now you're like, I've only made 5 grand. And everyone's going to look at you like you're 5 grand. You can't build from your past. You can't build from your current results. You've got to only look at where you want to go. And you can't be a victim of where you are. And that's all I have to say today.